Louis Vuitton and its Fashion Blunder, a study of diversity, customer sentiment, and brand reputation by Group 6, consisting of Alexia Billiart, Tammy Attridge, Justin Mills, Tian Tan, and Mohammed Al Abdullah. In this presentation, we will lay out the foundation of our research through an executive summary, followed by an introduction into Louis Vuitton's brand, controversial issue being analyzed, as well as comparable scenarios by similar luxury brands. We will then go over our data analysis findings for Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana, and Gucci, followed by our recommendations for a path forward for Louis Vuitton.
Our report and presentation provides an in-depth analysis into the social media use of three luxury brands, specifically Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana, and Gucci, to determine how the brand's respective social media accounts and the actions taken on these accounts affect customer perception and can repair negative reactions. Our analysis focuses on the brand's Twitter accounts, and methods of data retrieval include the acquisition of user sentiment data, a comparison of follower account pre- and post-incidents, and a recommended action plan for Louis Vuitton. Their overall data finds that since their initial incident, Dolce & Gabbana has still not fully recovered in customer sentiment and consequently sales, even to this day. On the other hand, Gucci quickly repaired customer sentiment and increased their follower count through the swift and positive actions they took. Limitations to this analysis include the lack of extensive data filtering on user tweets and a limited number of data retrieval due to Twitter archive limitations. Louis Vuitton's controversy occurred on February 1, 2021, when a Twitter user called the brand out over a men's sweater. The sweater was listed on the website as Jamaican stripe. The cause of the controversy said the colors of the sweater represent the Ethiopian flag, not the Jamaican flag, which is yellow, green, and black. Additionally, social media users were quick to comment that the sweater reflects the colors of the flag of Rastafari, which is a religious movement of Jamaican origin since the 1930s. On November 18, 2018, Dolce & Gabbana released 3 racially insensitive video ads on Weibo to promote their fashion event that was being held in Shanghai. Instead of issuing an apology over these ads, Stefano Gabbana engaged in an Instagram argument, and the screenshots of this conversation revealed racist comments. Shortly after these messages were revealed, consumers called for a boycott of the brand, and hundreds of actors and models who were hired to participate in the event withdrew their support. Similar to Louis Vuitton and Dolce & Gabbana's incidents, Gucci found itself as a subject of criticism in February of 2019. A balaclava sweater was listed on Gucci's e-commerce site as part of their winter collection. Many consumers took to their social media accounts to declare that this piece resembles blackface. Ironically, the incident occurred in February, which is Black History Month.
Since the incident, Louis Vuitton has removed the sweater from its website and released a statement to The Guardian that the design was to pay homage to African culture in general instead of referring to one particular country. We have conducted sentiment analysis on nearly 2,400 tweets spanning across 3 distinctive events: before the incident, after the incident, and after Louis Vuitton's apology outside of Twitter. We have also observed their follower count during these 3 time periods. Although Louis Vuitton's Twitter following experienced growth regardless of the incident, its average sentiment before and after the incident had a noticeable drop of 0.02. Their apology outside of Twitter only led to a recovery in average sentiment by 0.0007. The average daily sentiment graph follows a similar pattern but exemplifies the magnitude of the recovery.
In order to make an informed decision on Louis Vuitton's next course of action, we analyzed Dolce & Gabbana's 2018 offensive and racial ad campaign portraying an Asian woman eating multiple Italian cuisines with chopsticks. From over 2,400 tweets, we were able to categorize and analyze the data from 5 distinctive events: before the release of the ad campaign, day of ad release, after the release but before Stefano Gabbana's derogatory and horrifying comments, after Gabbana's comments but before their apology, and after they released their formal apology. You can see from the average daily sentiment chart in the bottom left that before their ad campaign was released, Dolce & Gabbana held a positive sentiment among its social media following with an average score of 0.14, with the highest score hitting 0.185 on November 17th, the day prior to the release. As soon as that campaign was released, you can see the damage the brand suffered when their consumer sentiment fell to negative 0.08. Although they didn't issue an immediate apology, their score rebounded on November 19th and 20th with an average score of 0.03. Following this rebound, 2 distinct events happened. The first being bloggers Diet Prada shared one of the controversial videos on their Instagram account to over 2 million followers, as well as the release of Stefano Gabbana's horrifying instant messages. The mixture of these events sent their sentiment score plummeting to negative 0.11. It wasn't until 3 days later that they issued their formal apology and their score rose to negative 0.03, but then steadily dropping back off to negative 0.07. The data shows that one of two things happened. Either no one believed their apology, or there was already too much damage done to recover. Either case, these numbers give us a clear indication of a failed attempt at regaining their consumer and social media bases' loyalty and trust back.
Next, we examine Gucci's balaclava sweater social media crisis. In the incident, Gucci had released a new sweater in the marketplace which was perceived as offensive, particularly to African Americans because of its resemblance to blackface. Sentimental analysis data was divided into three distinctive events: before incident, apology during incident, and after incident 1 month later. On February 6, 2019 at 4:55 p.m., Twitter user Makisha Dache posted about a new Gucci clothing item which would set off a PR firestorm for the company. A few hours later at 10:08 p.m., after the tweet and subsequent backlash went viral, Gucci issued an apology for its balaclava sweater in which many people felt resembled blackface. In the statement, the company makes a commitment to increase diversity through their organization and turn the incident into a powerful learning moment. After the apology, some Twitter users, such as rapper T.I. and filmmaker Spike Lee, called for a boycott of the fashion house on their Twitter platform. It became evident that Gucci would have to do some major brand image repair, and as an apology and removing the offensive sweater from its website and store shelves would not merely be enough. Actions and accountabilities would need to be shown by the company. On March 18, 2019, Gucci announced its initiative, Gucci Changemakers, a global program that supports industry change and fosters unity through community action, following the company's announcement of a long-term diversity and inclusion action plan. Gucci created an advisory board that is headed by famed Harlem Atelier, Dapper Dan, and includes esteemed persons of color in the fashion industry, social activists, and academics. The Gucci Changemaker initiative will hire global and regional directors for diversity and inclusion, as well as 5 new global designers of color to be based in their Rome headquarters. The company would put forth a diversity awareness initiative for Gucci's employees. In addition, Gucci would set up a global multicultural design and scholarship grant program. Just prior to the February 6, 2019 incident, Gucci had a following of 5,548,557 users and positive sentiment average of 0.128. However, during the time when Gucci's apology was issued and the day after, the Twitter followership fell by 1,608 users, and the sentiment about Gucci became negative with a mean of negative 0.003. However, the announcement of Gucci Changemaker initiative was met with positive sentiments, as the sentimental mean score was back to pre-incident level at 0.125 and an increase of 33.8 thousand new followers since the incident. It is clear that this event helped Gucci to start to revamp its brand image, as it was trying to make tangible efforts to show that it had atoned for its colossal marketing mishap.
As evidenced by the analysis of Dolce & Gabbana and Gucci, we recommend that Louis Vuitton emulate the steps that Gucci took after their incident. The initial steps are to publicly acknowledge and apologize for their mistake, as they have yet to explicitly do so. The company did put a statement out to The Guardian providing their reasoning behind the error, and they did recognize that the description was incorrect, but they never put forth an official apology. Following these steps, Louis Vuitton should develop and implement concrete action steps that its executive board and all employees can take to ensure that any product development and marketing around the topics of diversity and race go through multiple rounds of QA before being released to the public. Lastly, our recommendation is that the company should work to hire and promote people of diverse backgrounds and ethnicities, as D&I is crucial to obtaining and sustaining a long-standing customer base and to continue to expand and grow in innovation for the long-term future.
On behalf of Team 6, we want to thank you for your time and hope you enjoyed our presentation.